In this video, I'm going to be ranking all the Chanel fragrances in my collection, so stay tuned to see how many of these you own and if you actually agree with my ranking. Let's go. So we're going to do a quick Chanel ranking. I have already done a short version of this video, but I am aware that not everybody watches the shorts, so I thought I would include this in a long video as well. Then after that, we'll do a little bit of unboxing and first impressions, and then at the end, I'm going to let you know what I think of the brand new Tom Ford Fragrance Taormina Orange. So if all that sounds good to you, do as I've done, grab yourself a coffee, settle in, sit down, and enjoy a few minutes of fragrance talk. Right, let's get into these Chanels. I don't own any of the Le Exclusives. I have smelled them in store, and some of them are fantastic. I hope I can get some in my collection at some point, but this is just the standard Chanel range. So we're going to start with the first one. I have 7. The fragrance ranked number 7 in my collection is Chanel Alloram Sport Superleggera. One of the more recent Chanel releases. This is a fruity, powdery take on that Alloram Sport DNA. Not quite as strong and impactful as Alloram Sport Eau Extreme, but this has a really nice, fresh, clean quality to it that I really enjoy. Great casual wear, very versatile fragrance, really nice stuff. Number 6 is a fragrance I tend to wear more in the summer than any other time of year. Think of the Alloram DNA mixed with lemon meringue pie and you get Alloram Edition Blanche. The creamy lemon is beautiful in this. It's actually a very refined, sophisticated sort of scent. You know what, I bought this a few years ago, and the last few summers I've not actually worn this, and I've realised that that is a bit of a crime. I'm going to make a little pact with myself that I'm going to wear this a lot more this summer. I'm a big fan of the Bleu de Chanel line, and although this is the lowest ranking of the blues that I own, and the newest as well actually, I still think it's really good. This is a Bleu de Chanel L'Exclusive. This is a slightly more complex, heavier hitting, deeper fragrance than the other blues. It's got a little bit of something slightly dirty and animalic running through this. It does make it a stronger, perhaps more impactful fragrance, but personally, I do really enjoy the fresher blues, but this still a good release. This one is possibly the most quintessentially gentlemanly fragrance of all the Chanels I have, Agist. A modern classic, this was released in 1990. It's still going strong today. This is very gentlemanly. This really stands out in today's market of designer fragrances, I think, because this came out before designer fragrances maybe became a little more generic. They leaned into bubblegum sweetness. Maybe they've become a little more juvenile and predictable, but this really stands out. We don't get fragrances like this in the designer realm released today. It's crisp, it's clean, it's elegant, it's complex, it's got great performance. I don't actually wear this that often because for me this is the sort of fragrance that I would wear when I'm dressed up smart, formally in a suit. I actually often just look at my niche options when I'm wearing a suit because I just think niche is the way to go. But you know what? Next time I'm wearing a suit, I think I'm going to go with Agist. Lovely stuff. Next is Bleu de Chanel Parfum. This is a slightly heavier version of the blue smell, and actually just for your information, so you know, I don't own the EDT, so that won't be in this video. Bleu de Chanel Parfum, really nice take on the blue smell. Not as diffusive as the EDT and the EDP, but maybe as an evening blue, it could be a good option. The final two now, and this is the blue that I first fell in love with. For me, it's the best version of the whole collection. It's the EDP. When you take into account everything that blue does well, that fresh shower gel, masculine sort of smell, the performance, the diffusiveness, the projection, the EDP is the perfect storm of all of those things. I really like all the other blues, but for me, this one is the one that's doing everything best. It just hits that blue sweet spot. And then finally, my favorite Chanel. You will know this if you've watched this video for a long time. This is one of my all-time designer fragrances. I always call this a Swiss Army fragrance because I can wear it anytime, any place, whenever, any situation. It's Alloram Sport Eau Extreme. Some fresh mandarin and mint, some punchy black pepper, a beautifully smooth tonka bean and sandalwood. There's just something about this fragrance that I find incredibly satisfying every time I wear it. It's actually hard to put my finger on. It's just something that really resonates with me. Every time I spray it on, I just have that moment of, oh, I do really enjoy that smell. It scratches some sort of itch for me. I think it's really versatile. I can wear it for an evening fragrance to make an impact. I can wear it as a casual daytime fragrance. Like I said, it's a Swiss Army scent. I think this smell is phenomenal. It's my favorite of all the Chanels that I own. Is it your favorite? Let me know down in the comments. Just a little heads up for a video that's coming soon. I'm actually going to go out on the streets and film this tomorrow. From House of Sillage, I have Superman and Batman. So of course we're going to do a Batman versus Superman street battle. Speaking of street battle videos, I just released one for a date night fragrance. It's 2 House of Sillage scents. It's number 1 and the Contemporary. I went out onto the streets. We had some fun with the public. We got them to sniff the 2 fragrances and to see if they agreed with what I thought was the best of those 2 date night fragrances. So if you've not checked out that video, go and check that out and keep a lookout for a bit of a superhero battle off. Let's get some unboxing done. We're going to start with this one. I do know what's in it, but I haven't smelled what's in it. So let's get it open and give it some first impressions. And I'll show you the presentation because I think the presentation on this one is pretty fire. I can already tell that this is something pretty special. This is one fragrance and look how big the box is. And by the way, great secure packaging from Luxe Parfum. If you don't know, that's my website. Yes, I have sent myself a fragrance. We've just got this one in. We are just stocking it. This might give you a little clue what it is. And some of you may have already smelled this. So if you have, I would love to see what your opinions are of the Oracle from Zaharoff. It comes with a little booklet telling us about the fragrance and how the fragrance was created, but look at this for presentation. This might be sort of a little tongue-in-cheek, but we've got George Zaharoff dressed as some kind of oracle or high priest, I guess, but look at this. I have never seen this presentation for a fragrance before. This presentation is stunning. We've got information about water, air, fire, and earth on the box, just in case you needed some information about those elements. George, what are you doing on the front of this box? I don't know, it's crazy, but I kind of love it. Behind this secret door in the box, I've never seen this on a fragrance before. We just push and we've got a swivel door that opens ridiculously over the top and excessive, but you know what? I'm here for it. This is great and it's a bit of fun as well. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Oh, it's warm, it's spicy, resinous, incensey. But yeah, warm and spices are the first thing that jump off for me. This smells really strong. Somehow there's some of that Zaharoff signature DNA woven into it. I don't know if I'm just imagining that, but it definitely seems to have some Zaharoff signature for me. There is a complexity, but at the same time, it is a really wearable sort of fragrance. If that sounds like something you're interested in, if you're in the UK, you can purchase from my website, Luxe Parfum. I'll leave a link to this in the description. If you're in the US or anywhere else in the world, best to order from the Zaharoff website. But if you're in the UK, I'll sort you out. I recently discovered this brand called Told London at an event in London. They do home fragrance, so these are candles. Now, if you love fragrance, if you love smelling good, then if you're like me, you love your home to be smelling good as well. And I don't often talk about candles on this channel, but I was really impressed with these, both the scent and I have to show you the presentation of these. The candle they've sent me is the one that I was most impressed with when I smelled them. It's called Highland Retreat. This is a Scotland inspired candle. Just let me read you some of this and see how good it sounds. Discover the essence of the Scottish Highlands. I love the Scottish Highlands. I've been around there in my camper van quite a few times now on a number of trips. You get carried to the majestic mountains, uncover the charms of historic royal villages and savour the joys of castles and moors. Fresh citrus, smokiness cognac, warm spices, leather, they all enfold in a warm and alluring, enveloping embrace. Cannot wait to get this lit to whisk myself off to the Scottish Highlands. They also sent me a reed diffuser, which is a London inspired scent. Notes in this are bergamot, black tea and vetiver. So we've got an Earl Grey thing going on with this. It's my favourite type of tea. I drink an Earl Grey every single morning without fail, and this is an Earl Grey scent. This is the candle, another beautiful container. This one has lots of Scottish Highland artwork on, and you get this lovely gold lid to place on top. So it is a very ornamental, nice thing to have around the house, but the smell, oh yeah, I'm in Scottish heaven. So that's Told London. I'll leave a little link in the description if you're interested in anything from them. Let's do a couple of questions that you left on last week's video before we get into the Tom Ford Fragrance first impressions. Ariane says, I don't really understand which Costa Azzurra from Tom Ford is closer to the private blend version, EDP or the Parfum. I do have both versions, but I don't have the private blend, so I can't make that comparison to tell you definitively, but I think the private blend was an EDP, so I'm just assuming that it's the EDP version that is closer to the private blend. But as I said, without the private blend to smell side by side, I can't tell you exactly. Interesting question here from Eliaun6. I love easy to pronounce usernames. Do you find some similarities between the fragrance world and the whiskey world based on notes, links to memories and moments? I do think there are similarities in terms of notes, although tasting notes I think are a little bit different. And I feel like over the years my nose has really become accustomed to smelling fragrances and recognizing notes. Tasting notes, I don't think I'm there yet on that level. I quite enjoy reading about a whiskey and reading what the tasting notes are and then just seeing if I can pick those out. Like sometimes they might say, yeah, there's some dried fruits, or there's some vanilla, or there's notes of chocolate. And sometimes when I'm tasting the whiskeys, I can kind of think, yeah, maybe I'm getting those notes. But if I didn't know the notes, I don't think I'd be able to pick them out in the whiskey. And in terms of links to memories, not really. I don't think I've formed any memories with the taste of whiskey in the same way as I have scent memories with fragrances, but that is really interesting. Let me know if you've formed a connection between memories and the taste of a certain whiskey. Drop some questions down for next week's video and I'll do my best to answer as many as possible. Tom Ford Taormina Orange. I smelled this in Harrods a few days ago and I really enjoyed it. My take on it is that it is a gorgeously invigorating orange zesty, rather than the heart of an orange, more like an orange zest. So it does have a lot of punch to it, but combined with some fresh spices, there's some cardamom in there as well. So this fresh, zesty, invigorating orange with the fresh, spicy cardamom, just a great combination. There is a little bit of a white floral elegance to the scent. It never leans too feminine. I think this is definitely a unisex fragrance. Off the tester strip, I couldn't smell this on skin because I didn't have any space on skin left, but it smelled pretty strong to me. The sales assistant also said that it was a very long-lasting, strong, fresher fragrance. Take that with a pinch of salt. It may or may not be. But the other little bit of evidence that does point towards the fragrance having some decent performance is oak moss. Whenever there's oak moss in a fragrance, I feel like it adds this extra depth, this slightly green earthiness. It maybe acts as a fixative to help the fragrance last longer, help it to project more. And it's also the sort of note that fresher, more volatile citrus notes sit really nicely on top of. So it did smell quite strong to me. The fact that there's oak moss in there may extend the life and give it reasonable projection and performance, but let's not forget it's a fresh fragrance. It's designed probably to be worn in the summer. If you want a fresh fragrance that's beast mode, because I'm pretty sure this one will not be beast mode, then you lose that sparkle, you lose the elegance, you lose that beautiful balance of the fresh, invigorating quality. So with this sort of fragrance, you have to make peace and understand that it's not always going to be the longest lasting scent, like Neroli Portofino, like Mandarino di Amalfi. Amazing, fresher, summery Tom Ford fragrances. Yeah, they don't have the longest life, but let me tell you, wearing those on a hot summer's day is so enjoyable and refreshing, and I think that's going to be the same thing for this scent. So yeah, I think it's going to be a great summer daytime scent. I think you could even wear it as a summer evening scent. It's not going to be a 10-hour lasting fragrance. I'd say probably 5 or 6 hours. But that's all assumptions. I cannot really tell you about the performance of this one until I've worn it on my skin. Hopefully I can get to do that in the future. I would really love to have this one because I enjoyed the smell immensely. Have you tried Tamina Orange? Let me know. That's going to do it for this weekly roundup. I am heading to the Lake District at the weekend, so maybe I might find time to film a top 10 spring fragrances video whilst I'm there. I'll see. I've not decided yet, but yeah, that one might be coming soon. I hope you enjoyed this catch-up conversational video with a little bit of variety in it. If you did, hit like, because it really helps and it lets me know that you like this sort of video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do all that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching and have a great week.